What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by
Loula Stefanakos, the owner of Wheezy's and Swanky Place.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. But first of all, I love your shirt.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, Beastie Boys. As a young rapper, obviously they were some of my inspiration. So I absolutely love that. But so I've had your sister on. I actually had Dave came in. It's like, didn't we have them on before? I was like, no, there's three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's three of them. But we like to get to know our guests before we get to what they do. Did you grow up here in Yuma?
Yeah. So I got here when I was really young.
Yeah.
I think we moved in 89 or 90, and I was born in 86. So my dad got the opportunity to open up the eatery out in the Foothills. Actually, no, it was Nick's Coffee Mill.
Nick's Coffee Mill.
Yep.
So that's what I was thinking. That's the first one, Nick's Coffee Mill. And you said opportunity. Do you know what that means? Like opportunity? Like he saw something in Yuma, wanted to buy it. And where did you guys come from?
Kingman. Yeah, he had a restaurant up there. And I'm not sure how the whole thing came together, but at one point there were a lot of Greeks in Arizona. And
okay.
They all kind of followed each other and found places and buildings and all of that. So I think he knew some people down here, and then ended up getting Nick's Coffee Mill in town, but then saw the opportunity out in the Foothills with the retired community.
Now, you kind of mentioned there was a lot of Greeks. So that's something like when you grew up, did you see that? Did you notice that? You did, because I have a lot of friends that are from Iraq that come over. We have some similar friends, friends in common that come over, and they come in and they help each other establish businesses, and they say, okay, there's an opportunity here, and they just continue to help. And I was like, wow, they come from this to owning a lot of Yuma. Like Norman owns so much property now on 4th Avenue. Was it kind of something similar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and eventually they were up in Laughlin, Kingman, here, the old building next to the Ailment downtown. That was the copper miner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was John the Greek.
Yeah, I remember John the Greek. Yeah, I used to love that place. That was my favorite place to get breakfast. So I would see John every Sunday over there. Okay, and your dad got the opportunity. Nick's, how long was Nick's around here in Yuma?
I think it ended up closing up in the 90s. And then the eatery made it the longest, and my sister finally sold it off a few years ago, which it's a hard area, and it was seasonal. So it was just one of those things where it was like, time to go.
So when it first started, though, the eatery, do you remember how old you are when that happened?
Yeah,
or how old you were?
I think I was 4 or 5.
4 or 5, the eatery comes into place. He sees the opportunity to kind of serve a community out there?
Yeah, well, I think he saw something because it was only seasonal. The restaurant only stayed open 9 months out of the year.
Okay.
So it was definitely geared towards the snowbirds.
The snowbirds, when they come out, give them something to do. Was it popular and successful?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember as a kid just walking around the building and seeing a line wrapped around it, because it was at that point, there wasn't even anything really on Fortuna or Foothills Boulevard. It was the only place to eat out there, and it did very well.
So, okay, then you have that. You grew up in the restaurant. What's it like growing up in the restaurant life? I've talked to your sister Maria about it, but what was it like for you, Loula?
Well, I think you just become accustomed to it. Like, that Christmas isn't going to be till 10 o'clock at night. You know that holidays are untouchable, so those things are just kind of bred into you. And we were used to it growing up.
Yeah. And so you're saying that they're untouchable because you know that
we're going to have to work them.
So people are going to be working. Yeah. There's going to be work that's going to be done.
Yeah.
And were you a young girl helping out in the kitchen and doing anything?
Yeah.
Like the thing when you get the silverware and put it around the napkin, or napkin around the silverware, like stuff like that? What were you doing?
Okay. So the biggest form of punishment was peeling the eggs. And they used to come in the big trash can. We would fill one of those up, and that would be, our fingers would be raw.
Wow.
And then another one was buttering toast for 25 cents for each server.
Okay, so you and that you said was punishment. Or like there was something tedious about it, or
it was just, that was just the least favorite one.
Least favorite. What was your favorite thing, if you had one?
Just hanging out with my dad and my
out with your
family.
dad.
I felt like that was the one time that we were all able to be together and, finally like have his attention because he was a very busy man. He was very dedicated to that building. And then he ended up opening up Mi Fajita down the street. But eventually that whole thing went away through partnership. But
So he had a partner at Mi Fajita. Okay, I remember that place.
Steve the Greek.
Yeah. So there was another Greek. Opened up a fajita place. Yeah, that was there for a while. And then you were here, but then you left for a little bit?
Yeah, my parents split up in sometime in the 90s. I think it was around 99. And I ended up going to high school in Flagstaff. And then after that, I left for Colorado for about over 10 years.
10 years in Colorado. What was it
Yeah.
like over there?
Amazing. I miss it all the time.
You do? Yeah. And then you're in Colorado. What were you doing in Colorado?
I was running bars in Colorado. And,
Is it because of like your experience in the restaurant that you were able
all I've
to
ever known.
restaurant, and then like you're able to kind of transfer that over to the bars? Like, was it a big difference, or like a lot of the things that you knew were still applicable?
I feel like I still learn something new every day in this industry because it's always ever growing and changing. But a lot of my knowledge just came from always being in it,
So how was it running the bars over there? Were you pretty successful at
Yes.
it? Yes, you didn't hesitate to answer that at all.
Yeah.
So what does it take to be successful in it?
I think you just really, energy. You need a lot of energy for this industry because you can't ever be off. You always have to be on. My phone goes consistently. I think a good support as well.
You need support and you need energy.
Yes.
So maybe sometimes Red Bulls and somebody to answer the phone when you're like, ah.
Yeah, and a good team. You got to surround yourself with really good people and people that you trust because, it's easy to take in this industry. So you definitely need a very trustworthy group.
Yes.
And so you're over there in Colorado, and then your sisters here, Eleni and Maria, say, we're going to open up another location. Is that how it happened?
Yeah, I actually said no at first because I'm like, I'm not going back to Yuma.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not leaving Colorado. I didn't want to go. And then I finally just woke up one day and I'm like, I talked to some people and they were like, you should do this, like it's going to be a great opportunity. Instead of doing it for others, go do it for yourself.
So and now this was like when it was just in talks, they called you and said, if we do this, what was it? Can you run it? Can you come over here? Can we?
Partnership. And then opening it up. And I did not think, I literally packed my truck. I left my house, my dog, everything. I just packed everything up, quit my job and drove here.
Wow. Like how I guess was it way before its opening? Were you part of the construction crew? You're out there
yeah,
saying,
I
we
was
need this.
trying to design the back of the bar via text.
Oh, okay.
What is that? FaceTime.
FaceTime, yeah. You're FaceTiming. You're like, it needs to be like this to be able to run smoothly.
We need a cooler here, an ice well here, So it was definitely interesting. I still have some of the schematics that I had drawn up in Colorado because my sister was very adamant about taking the horseshoe bar out and then running the back bar because at Wheezy's, before when it was whatever was there before it, I can't remember. There was the horseshoe, but she took it out and really wanted that whole back area open so that we could add more tables. And I think it made it what it is.
It did. It definitely brings the vibe. Did you have something? Or?
No, I was just going to say, I've been to Wheezy's and we were talking off air about, the 49ers group and Johnny doing Monday Night Football. So good times there.
Yeah.
So, and I just have to say, how it happened. Originally, I met your sister Maria and I talked to her. I was like, hey, I do social media. I do stuff like this. And Maria's like, do it. You got to call Loula though. But I would say this on air. Loula rejected me the first time around.
Oh.
Sure did.
She said, nope, not going to do it.
Okay.
But it's good though. I love somebody that's direct and honest, but
Sure.
I don't give up, do I?
No, and I am so thankful every day that I finally gave you the big why.
Yeah. And then we ended up partnering on a lot of stuff. And the one thing I loved about it was you were always creative. You would always call me. You're like, okay, we're going to try this.
Yeah.
We're going to give this a shot.
I feel like that's how all of the crazy ideas that have come up, I'm like, well, this could go one of two ways.
Yeah, one of two ways.
We're either going to be loved or hated here. So, and most of the time, everything has been really successful.
Yeah, it seems like it, right?
Yeah.
you'd call me, and sometimes it's like I am the type of person. If somebody gives me a challenge, like that's what it's like. It turns me on, right?
Accepted.
It's like okay, cool. Like, how am I going to make this work? Sometimes I would look at my phone. And it's like, oh, it's Loula. Here we go.
Yeah. What are we going to do today?
What's going to happen? But one of the things we did do from the former radio station, like you said, was Monday Night Football.
Yeah, which we love. It is not only do our customers love it, but it's good. The staff loves it. It's good for the community. I feel like it gets businesses out there because you do giveaways all night, and it kind of brings us all together as a community. I think football does that anyways, but the way that you do it specifically is just, it's always a blessing.
Yeah, and then I just want to mention that during COVID, when that time that we've referred to it now as COVID, it was a very unsettling time. Everybody was kind of unsure of what's going on. Scary. How are we going to get through this? Again, so I look at it like anytime there's chaos, there's opportunity. Right? That's like the clay that you get to play with now, and like, how do we build this? And one of the things that I got a call, and I think it was Maria's idea, because she looked into her storage closet, and that was when the great toilet paper shortage.
Yes, that was Maria.
happened, and she was like, okay, we're going to give out a roll of toilet paper with every to-go order. And do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was there for most of them. It was because I worked, what we did was how we have the garage doors? That was kind of like our window. That's where people, because they weren't allowed in the building.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to, can come in.
So we had to use that as our drive-through, basically. And we were ordering toilet paper by the jumbo packs. Every other day, and they were coming in 300 to 400 per pack. So we were part of the problem.
A little bit. That's why the shelves were empty at your local store.
Yeah, we destroyed it. So,
but it was so you gave it to me. You said, okay, now go advertise this, make it a thing, and we did, and then it became successful. And then we started noticing a place in Phoenix started to do it. Once we're getting the press release going, we're going to get some stuff around it, and it's wait a minute, this place in Phoenix has started to copy what we were doing.
I felt like people started picking up on it, and what we did was we got really proactive during that time, because we didn't want to see, not only did we go into our busiest month, we went into our slowest month ever, because we had to shut the doors down. And how do you explain to 60 staff members that you can't give them hours, or they, that's how they decide, that's how they feed their families.
And you, one thing I loved about work, you treated them as family. It was not only that, yes, they have to feed their family, but their family, how do we keep them in here? How do we keep it going?
Yeah.
And then one of the things, you want to talk about the lunches.
Yeah, so it came up that the schools were getting extremely overwhelmed. Our old kitchen manager, Pete, he's amazing. He was like, the schools are overwhelmed. And at that point, Maria just shut the eatery down altogether, because all of her clientele ended up leaving, correct? So we ended up getting all of her supplies from the eatery, and we're kind of overwhelmed and needed to get rid of all this food. So he was like, why don't we just do free kids lunches? And we were only going to do it until all the supplies ran out. But then we started getting so much help from the community. The boys down the street would do Pizza Fridays for us, and they'd donate pizzas. We would have people coming in from California, going out to the river, that would just drop off piles of supplies.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly Coogan. And but yeah, I was it just ended up catching on. And then we were even feeding people that I know didn't have kids, that couldn't afford to eat during that time or lost things. So we just kind of opened up the doors, and it was nothing crazy. I mean, some days it'd be mac and cheese or PB&J, but it was able to offer them something.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times people lost their jobs during that time, and they couldn't afford to drive to town. So it was easier to just pull up at Wheezy's, but we were doing about 120 lunches a day.
120 lunches a day, and it became a thing. I remember where the kids would go up, they would get that little paper bag, and they were taking pictures, and the people were out there really supporting. And how did it feel when the boys said, okay, we're going to do this Pizza Fridays and join with with you?
It was just awesome. Like, it just felt like everybody was coming together for the same thing, just to make sure we all survived, you know? And it just felt good. I think when you get community together, it always feels that way.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you say that it takes to be a successful, to run a bar, to run, you said, you mentioned about having the support, but actually when you're there, like what does it take to be successful?
Always creating. I feel like that in this industry, like you are always going to have to be coming up with the next new thing. And like, which we saw with the swimsuit contest this last weekend. It's like, we haven't seen any, that's another one of those crazy ideas where I was like, Jonathan?
Don't worry. He got bodied in the comments on his Facebook page when he posted about that. So, but it turned out to be, you know, a successful event for your business.
Yeah.
Again,
Again, it was like, I looked at it, it's like, Lula's calling. Okay, what are we into today? And I have never said no. Have I ever said no?
No, and that's why I'm so thankful for you, is that you're always like, you know what? We can do this.
Yeah, we could do it. We can always figure it out. It's
I think that's why I love this partnership so much, is because you always are just, you've never told me no.
No, I never. It's like, because it's like, again, it's exciting. And one thing I learned in business is like, you figure it out.
Yeah.
You can figure it out. Like, I could do anything. I'm delusional like that. It's like, and anything that's put before me, I could figure it out. But now you're at a Swanky place, right?
Yep.
Now, how's it like over there? What's it like when you're kind of away from the food part of it now?
I love it. You know what? I don't think people realize I haven't done bar in so long that it was so nice.
There's a little bit of a break for you.
It's crazy. It's easy. Like, it's not easy. It's hard, of course, but not having to worry about a kitchen or a dishwasher or cooks, or, you know what I mean? It's just a huge change.
Or cooks. No, I'm just kidding.
I agree.
I know a lot of cooks.
Food
Cooks could be
costs,
food costs. Absolutely.
And after COVID, food prices, everybody's seen it. You know, gas goes up, food goes up. The economy, you know, we're trying to get things figured out, but only having to deal with alcohol, and then having a smaller staff, and our regulars are amazing. Our staff's amazing. The team's good. It feels good.
And then you had to move from the Foothills, right, over to be closer.
Yeah, I was like, this whole thing has adjusted all my hours. So on the weekends, I don't get out of there till 3 sometimes. 3 a.m.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you know, at Wheezy's, we're closed by 11, you know, so I didn't have to work those crazy night hours. So it's been, driving home at 3 a.m. all the way out to the Foothills was scaring me.
Yeah,
I saw many wrecks. I was out there when people were drinking on the road. It just wasn't safe. I didn't feel safe. And plus, I was having to drive back and forth 3 to 4 times a day. So I just sold my house and got a quick apartment, but I actually get the keys to the new place tomorrow.
Hey.
Congratulations. Yeah, that's very cool. And then this is a partnership with your sister Maria, and then 2 others, right?
Nabil and Miguel, and they're amazing.
And they're part of like the real estate and
realty agency.
They're
kind of my neighbors down the street.
Oh, they're your neighbors?
Oh.
And Nabil helped us buy our first home in Somerton.
That's amazing.
So it's a small community. So
yeah, and she's so good at what she does. And Miguel, he's just like a tycoon. He, you know, with his business, they're amazing. They're very smart. They're very sound people. It's just a nice. It's very nice. And then I have my sister who's safe. You know.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we are running out of time. It's the last final episode here at KOFA Border Radio. I appreciate you taking the last minute to come in and share those memories with me that we had over at Wheezy's.
Yeah, it's been 10 years. It's been good.
It's been good, and hopefully we'll do some more stuff in the future.
Yeah,
I agree.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, real quick, I want to mention we were talking off air. You mentioned you're showing the Mexico soccer game tonight.
Yeah, shout out at Swanky's. We're going to be doing a watch party. We have DJ KM7 coming in. We have Johnny from Taco Junkies. He's going to be out front with
Shout out to Johnny.
Yeah.
Was he there last night too?
Johnny?
Oh yeah, he came in last night. He just like pulled up and started selling tacos. I love him.
Oh, because I was like, I don't think he was on the schedule, but then I saw like he was on. Okay. I guess Johnny's back. He was in LA last I know.
He's crazy. He's everywhere.
Oh, okay. But you're excited about the game?
I am. It's going to be great. Get there early. Get your seats, and I'm pretty sure Course is going to be there giving away some swag too. So we'll have shirts and koozies and all that fun stuff.
Right.
It'll be a good night.
Yeah, it's always fun. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Chili from Philly.
Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma.